Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Today we are back in Cruzeiro do Sul, Brazil, and as you can see, it's absolutely disgusting day outside. it's looking very nasty. So I'm looking forward to getting up and above the clouds, and now we're going to be heading over to, or back to Lima, Peru. So if you remember, a little while ago we went to Las Palmas Air Force Base, and we're going to be heading now to the capital. We're going to be heading to the international airport there in Peru. Cruising altitude today is going to be 26,000 feet, so we're going to try and get up and over this weather, and our flight time is going to be about 1 hour and 25 minutes. So we have a good amount of flying today. We've completed all our checks and our tests, and we are ready to get going. Our flight today is going to take us, well, we're going to be departing out of runway 10, which is off to our right. But I'm just going to look at my checklist here just to make sure we have everything else that needs to get done. We've already done our flight control check. We've already done the trim, done the EGP-WS test. We've done the pusher test. So I think we are pretty much ready to go. We're gonna get our taxi lights on. We are gonna move our condition level to flight idle, and we are ready to go, folks. So I'm gonna bring the map up here just to see exactly where we need to go. Gonna let go of our brakes. We are going to turn left. Absolutely gross day out here. We'll bring up the weather kind of as we get going, but needless to say, we have a patch of gross weather here to worry about, and it's going to make for an interesting flight out, but not too worried about it as far as takeoff is concerned. It's going to be landing that I'm worried about. Alright, so let's just stop here for a sec, and we're going to get all of our lights and everything on that we need. We're going to do that right away. So we're going to get our landing lights, taxi lights, strobes, and recognition lights on. And let's see what else. Flaps already set. As I said, trim's already set. I think we're good to go for takeoff. Before we get going though, let's take a quick look at the weather, as I mentioned, just so you can see exactly what we're dealing with right now. Let's bring up windy.com. So yeah, we are here in Cruzeiro do Sul. As you can see, LIFR conditions over there. We're going to be making our way down here to Lima, Peru, and all of this weather should be out of the way, so we should have a pretty clear landing over there. But it's going to be a little bumpy on the way, especially as we come here over these mountains. It's going to be a bit of a tricky approach. So I always get nervous about this because we'll most likely be flying blind into these mountains. But as long as we follow our GPS, we should be good. Shouldn't have anything to worry about. In the meantime, folks, let's get ready for takeoff, alright? Okay. Brakes off. So this is the actual first time I'm in horrible weather. Oops, there we go. in the PC-12, so in a sense I'm also a little excited about this, but I can imagine it's going to make things a lot more challenging. I always forget to put this guy up too. Let's get that up. So let's see, SPJC. So the weather over there right now, where we're heading, we're looking at VFR conditions, winds out of 160 at 11 knots. So not too much to worry about when we get over there. But we're just gonna turn around here at the end of the runway. Wow, wow, wow. This weather's really nasty here today. All right, let's just get lined up. Okay, brakes on. Just gonna back up just a little bit. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and set our takeoff power. All right, right about there is fine. Brakes are off. Just applying a little bit of left rudder. And we're looking for about 80 knots, which is coming up now. Let's rotate.
Airborne time log.
And let's go gear up. Get the nose down just a little bit. It is so gross outside. Look at that. Can't see a thing. All right, we're gonna start this left turn. Oh, sorry, right turn. Flying 100% instruments right now because I can't see anything. So we just have to watch our turn radius. We're a little far over. Our bank angle is a little high. All right. All right, so we're gonna go flaps up. And I'm just gonna trim out a little bit. Here we go, right about there. And we can go into nav mode. Let's get our autopilot on. No, just came off. Let's do that one more time. Autopilot. There we go. Not sure why it switched off just now. So hopefully we'll get above the clouds sometime soon. And now we're turning on to a flight plan. Awesome. Do we have some windshield wipers up here? Don't think so. Alright, so what we're going to do, we are going to set indicated airspeed. And we're just going to climb out at this speed right now. Still in the weather, still in the soup. Man, I can't see a dang thing outside. That is crazy. All right. So about to hit 10,000 feet. And while we are climbing, let's go ahead and do our after takeoff checklist here. So we have our landing gear up, yaw dampener is on. We are hitting 10,000 feet now, so landing lights, taxi lights can come off. Flaps are up. Keeping our ice protection on, climb power is set. Pressurization is good. And everything else looks fine, folks. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to keep climbing. What I'll do, I'm just going to get a couple things checked out. Once I'm done, we'll come back and we'll just talk a little bit about where we're heading today, which is Lima, Peru. And yeah, I'll be back very, very soon, all right? This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and I'm back. Just sorry about that. It was just some things I had to just go and check on. But we finally reached our cruising altitude, 26,000 feet, and we're just making our way over to Lima, Peru. Now, as usual, as I said, when I go to somewhere that I haven't been before, we just talk about it. And so come join me. Let's have a little chat about Lima, Peru. As I mentioned before, we went to Las Palmas Air Force Base, which is very near to the city of Lima. But today we're actually going directly into Lima, Peru. So Lima, Peru is a pretty remarkable place with loads of interesting things to know about it. So let's just dive right in and let's see what we can learn today. So first off, Lima is a bustling Lima is a bustling metropolis, and it's the capital of Peru. And it's huge, with over 10,000 people living in the greater metropolitan area, making it one of the largest cities in South America. And if you remember when we were flying over before, I was actually shocked at how big and sprawling an area that Lima is. I didn't realize it was that large. So now Lima is quite unique, and it's basically a desert climate, which means it hardly ever rains there. So instead you just get this thick fog called garua that rolls in from the Pacific Ocean, especially from May to November. So if you're planning a trip, be ready for some interesting weather. One of the coolest things about Lima is its historical sites. So you have the Plaza Mayor, also known as Plaza de Armas, and that's in the heart of the city. So it's surrounded by some seriously impressive buildings like the Government Palace and the Cathedral of Lima. Now walking around there feels like you're stepping back in time with all of the colonial architecture. So speaking of its history, Lima's historic center is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the buildings there are just stunning, blending Baroque and neoclassical styles. It's almost like living in a museum. And if you love food like me, foodies rejoice. Since Lima is a paradise for your taste buds, Peruvian cuisine is a delicious mix of flavors from all over the world. You've got classics like ceviche, lomo saltado, and causa rellena. But there's also a ton of innovative stuff happening in Lima's restaurants, so it's no wonder it's considered one of the culinary capitals of the world. Now, if you're into museums, Lima won't disappoint. The Larco Museum is a must-visit, packed with pre-Columbian art and artifacts, and there's also plenty of other museums showcasing Peru's rich cultural heritage, from ancient civilizations to modern art. When it comes to the neighborhoods in Lima, Miraflores is the place to be. It's got everything from upscale shopping to stunning ocean views, and don't miss the Huaca Guiana, an ancient adobe pyramid right in the middle of the city. It's pretty mind-blowing to see something that's that old and is still standing. So for a taste of Lima's artistic side, head over to Barranco. It's got this laid-back bohemian vibe with colorful murals, art galleries, and live music. And don't forget to check out the Puente de los Suspiros for some killer views of the Pacific Ocean. Oh, and if you're traveling with kids or you just love animals, you gotta visit Parque de las Leyendas. It's part zoo, part archaeological site, and totally awesome. You can see everything from jaguars to ancient ruins in one place. So, whether you're into history, food, art, or just soaking up the vibe of the vibrant city, Lima has something for everyone, and it's definitely worth adding to your travel bucket list. So we're gonna check it out virtually today, and hopefully we're gonna get some cool sights on the way in. If I remember from flying in before, it should be very, very interesting. All right. So when we come back, we'll be starting our descent into Lima, Peru, and hopefully we'll be heading south after this. I've been trying to get south, but OnAir is just not giving me routes that go south. So let's keep our fingers crossed, folks. In the meantime, I'll check you when I get back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're starting our descent into Lima, Peru right about now. We are just coming out of the mountains, as you can see, and we're doing a quick descent down towards the coastline. So I believe the airport should be either it's straight ahead of us or maybe kind of a little off to our left, but kind of Lima is sort of all around here. So our approach is going to take us curving off to the right. In fact, this would be a good time to start our briefing. So let's bring up Navigraph charts. So as you can see, we are going to be doing the RNP runway 16 left approach. To be honest, our approach right now in our GPS is just runway 16 for some reason. Not sure why it doesn't have 16 left to 16 right approach, but we can make pretty easy adjustments once we get going. But yeah, the airport is pretty much kind of right in front of us. That's it right there. And we're going to be turning left, right. As you can see, we're heading to this Vapon waypoint, and we're going to be turning right, and I believe we're going to be doing this approach. We're going to go J638, J637 is Soma, and then we're just going to come in and just head straight into runway 16 left. So as you can see, we're starting our right turn now. What I'm going to do is dial back on the throttle. We've crossed 10,000 feet. So we're going to get our landing lights back on. And I'll take Navigraph off so you can see what we're actually doing. Okay. So pretty much flying over Lima now. As you can see, we're kind of still waiting for the scenery to really kick in properly. But it's been a beautiful approach. We came in over the mountains up here, which was pretty scary at first. But now we're clear of the mountains, so we're just going to be just kind of doing that U approach to come back into runway 16. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start our descent and approach checklists. So we've already set our cabin pressurization rate. We have our recognition lights on. Our radios and nav aids already set. We're going to be doing the RNP approach, so we're just going to be following the GPS all the way in. Altimeters have already been set, but we're just going to calibrate them one more time. You heard that little noise as it adjusted. Inertial separator is open, and we have kind of done our briefing already. So descent and approach checklist is complete. So if we just look off to our left here, as I mentioned before, Lima is a pretty sprawling metropolis area. It's just actually kind of crazy if you're looking all over the mountains, everything here. This is all Lima. I'm going to be heading back out into this area. I believe that's the airport kind of right there still. And we're doing a pretty steep descent in, doing about 1,600 feet per minute. So it's a little bit on the aggressive side. I'm just going to dial back my throttle. Just so we can lose some airspeed. We're just going to prepare for landing, folks. I believe that's the airport out here. It's kind of hard to tell when the scenery hasn't quite loaded in yet. That's okay. We're descending to 1,300 feet. That's going to be our altitude for the final approach fix. We can go into approach mode as well. Just to get fully prepared. But after the weather that we had when we departed, it's good to come into some nicer weather here in Lima. It does look like we have some low clouds to contend with, and 1,000 feet to go. So if we calculated this right, we should be a few nautical miles short of our final approach fix. We are dead on the runway, straight ahead. Looks like we're going to be doing 16 right. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to pull the throttles back just a bit here. Back to actually all the way till we get to our flap extension speed. It's just coming up now. So we're gonna go ahead and let's get our gear down, and we could do flaps 15. Now what we're trying to do now is just slow down enough so that we can hit the magic 80 knots when we're coming in for landing. There's boats in the water down there. Oh wow. It's a lot of boats down there. Okay, so we are pretty much good to go. I'm gonna turn off the yaw damper, and I'm just gonna get our trim all set up and good to go. And gonna go flaps full, and I'm gonna turn the autopilot off. I'm just gonna fly manually in from here. So I'm just holding a little bit of left rudder. Gonna apply a little bit of rudder trim so we can just kind of ease up on the rudder a little bit. Looks like there's an airplane on the runway that's okay, it's taking off. That's good. Alright, so landing gear is down. Landing and taxi lights are on. Autopilot and yaw damper is off. And cabin pressurization is good to go. Forward landing checklist is complete. Okay, and then airplane just shot past us for landing. So it's a little too busy here.
better than that.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lima, Peru. Just gonna come off the runway and let's get cleaned up. Alrighty, so we're just gonna stop right here. All right.
Warning, trim.
Okay, so condition level to ground, auto flaps to 0. Exterior lights. Whew. So we are struggling right now. It's a lot happening at the airport. All right. Ice protection can come off as well. And we're just going to take a little drive by the gates here. Just see what we have in the way of aircraft. Let's hope this aircraft doesn't turn in front of us. This is what, Copa Airlines, I believe. Now, I haven't been to a big international airport in a while. So I'm just gonna enjoy the sights. We taxi by, and then we're just gonna find a quick place to land here. For the longest while, I thought that FSLTL wasn't working because this is the first time in a long time I've actually seen aircraft. So I guess it's just because of where I've been flying, but that's okay. FSLTL models are absolutely beautiful though. And you can tell this is a big international airport. We've seen Korean Airlines, we've seen Copa Airlines, American Airlines. See Sky here, never heard of this airline before. I think we saw Volaris. They're absolutely beautiful, folks. Just want to take a second just to enjoy the scenery here. We are gonna find a place to park this aircraft. Maybe just come around the corner here. Aerolíneas Argentinos. Alright, let's squeeze in this gate here. We're a little aircraft. We have no business parking here, but that's okay. Alright. And there we go, folks. So we're going to come up. Beacon and taxi lights can come off.
Warning, avionic bus.
And we'll shut this guy. That.
Engine off.
Warning,
Time log.
essential
The flight
bus.
is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
All right. And that is it, folks. Now we're gonna come and get the door open. That is it. Look at that. Park right. Okay, almost on the center line. That is it, folks. Hope that you guys enjoyed this flight. It's good to be back at a large airport again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. I'll be back soon with another new video. And hopefully we'll be heading further south in South America, because I want to get further south. This is really bugging me. Alright, this is your boy FlyIslandGuy. As I said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Outside of that, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.